happy shapes, long sing the all day long.
The shapes, huh? Anyways, welcome to CLS, guys. I hope you guys like that. I thought humor at a time like this would be needed. Anyways, let me show you guys around. So I got the textbook open on the left here. We'll be using this periodically. We might be thumbing through it. We might be doing problems from the textbook. We might be referencing certain parts of the textbook during the lesson itself. Who knows? Most of our work here, though, is going to be done on the right side. This is essentially going to be a whiteboard. So like a virtual whiteboard. I'll be drawing all over this. We'll be doing mechanisms here. We'll be solving problems here. Maybe I'll have notes already made for the content I want to cover that day. And then we'll go through those notes together. I'll highlight certain things. I'll draw your attention to certain things. We'll do mechanisms. We'll do all sorts of different stuff. Sky's the limit, really. And sometimes I'll have my face appear here. I'm feeding video through this right now. And sometimes I might need to drive home a point. Or something that will require much more of a verbal explanation where seeing my mouth and my hands might be beneficial. So sometimes a video might appear. And on top of that, sometimes we might switch to a computer. We might be looking at some things through let's say you want to look at a molecule, right? So we could use 3D software now instead of being limited by not having model kits or whatever in class. We don't have those limitations anymore. And so we could look at, for example, glucose. And so here's glucose, and you can get the space filling model. You can look at fructose, 2-bromobutane. Who knows, right? We could do all sorts of things now. Okay, on top of that, we're going to start building flashcards together in this class. And we'll get into this next week when we have more time. But we'll use this flashcard app called Anki. It'll be on the computer here. I'll have these in some of my videos. We'll be building flashcards together. I'll explain what Anki is later next week. Got to get through all this other stuff first, but it's basically just a spaced repetition flashcard app. It's really, really, really intelligently designed. But anyways, we'll get into that next week. All right, let's switch back to our digital whiteboard here and talk about some video details. Okay, we're going to be making about 2 videos a week. These videos are going to be posted on Tuesdays and Fridays in the afternoons, roughly around, let's say, 4 or 5 p.m. Now, these necessarily won't be like a single video. Let's call them uploads instead, because on Tuesdays, I might upload 3 videos. On Fridays, I might upload 4. I might only upload 2. Who knows? Anyways, these videos are just going to cover a handful of key concepts. So this is going to be my disclaimer here. I will not cover everything that the professor is going to be covering. There's just not enough time for that, all right? So I won't be covering everything that you're responsible for. And let's talk about drop-in next. Okay. Drop-in is still happening. It's just going to be on Zoom now. Okay. Now, when drop-in is going to depend on your class. So if you're in Chem 109B, your drop-in is going to be on Mondays and Wednesdays. If you're in 109C, it's going to be on Tuesdays and Thursdays. The time is the same for both, 1 to 2:30. Okay. And the way you're going to get in here is I'm going to send you a registration link via email. So these Zoom links will be sent via email, and the IDs. And I think you guys know how to use Zoom by now. So it'll be pretty self-explanatory on that end. How are these drop-ins actually going to function? Most likely, we're going to be doing audio chats and screen shares, right? So I can see your screen, you can see my screen, we can talk to each other, you can share a problem, I can share a solution. And we're probably going to be doing this one person at a time. And so if there's 10 people in drop-in, they'll be queued up in the time that they came in. And then I'll go to you one at a time and we'll answer each other's questions, or probably just your questions. Okay, we're going to play this by ear because things might change. I might find a more efficient way to do this. Who knows? A lot of these things might change. But anyways, next part. Let's talk about review sessions. So, are review sessions still happening? No, they're not happening. You guys don't have exams, so don't really need review sessions. Anyways, that's pretty much it. These are the video details. If you guys have any questions regarding any of this stuff, feel free to email me. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Anyways, let's wrap this first video up. I'll see you guys in the next one.